Okay, this is Saturday. It's actually Saturday evening. I did get out today. Actually, I did get to enjoy the weather. This is probably the warmest March we have ever had. Today, on Saturday the 17th, it was in the high 70s. For upstate New York, that's phenomenal. Usually we expect to get snow, or at least have miserable weather. We've had absolutely beautiful weather, and it's really been great to get out there. I did get some photographs and one video. Okay, I didn't really get a chance to do much yesterday other than one composition. I wanted to talk, well, at least I started to talk in the first recording that I made. And I only used the microphone, and I was playing the electric guitar, but I didn't have it fed into the recording program. So all I had was the audio, and you could hear me playing the strings, but you couldn't actually hear the amplification. So that was seriously disappointing. What I was talking about was Waylon Jennings, and his contribution to not only country music but to rock music, and how in the late 60s his guitar playing and his technique actually crossed over into rock music. And it all was all based on the guitar strap. I was saying how I have a guitar strap that says "Police Line Do Not Cross," but I couldn't find one that said Waylon, and that's a popular guitar strap. Something like Waylon Jennings would have worn it since it was his name. So anyways, Waylon Jennings was around at the time of Buddy Holly. He was actively involved in recording. He started recording his own records about 64, but about 1966 he was all of a sudden noteworthy. By 1969 he recorded Just to Satisfy You, which not only was popular in the country music marketplace, but it crossed over into rock music. And he started to generate some appeal for people who were listening to hard rock riffs. So he was a crossover artist that really one of the first people in country music ever to really reach into the rock music audience. Not the rock and roll, but the rock music. People that were listening to comparatively hard music. And he actually had some appeal to them. And again, that whole thing was brought on by my guitar strap. And I had also talked about how with my guitar and the amplification units, I have 14 knobs to control it and 4 foot switches. Technically it's 2 units, but there's many, many knobs. And it's possible to generate some very different sounds. And then I was also mentioning Audacity, the open source software that supports many plugins. So it was just basically all that, and I recorded some riffs. And none of it came out because I never actually recorded the guitar. So in a situation like this, where not only are you recording a voice and a microphone, but you also have the guitar, sometimes if you have to record, you can't synchronize everything. You can use a timing light and just nothing more than a verbal cue. So you would flash a light and say time at the same time, and you would look for the light and the verbal cue, and you can align everything that way. That's one way to do it. It's an older way, it's a very primitive way, and yet it works. So that was all I was talking about. You know, and then just wanted to basically create the impression that Waylon Jennings is a person who, while playing country music, actually crossed over into rock music. And that was songs such as Just to Satisfy You. It really started to do something for country music where it hadn't existed before. Kind of elongated it, stretched it out of its conventional boundaries, and brought it over to many, many more people. And I don't have a guitar strap that says Waylon. I just have the Police Line Do Not Cross. That was the whole thing. So if you look at yesterday's blog video, you'll see this accelerated piece, and I've got a guitar here, and I'm talking away. I would have liked to have shared that with you, but none of the guitar was recorded. All you can hear is the strings. So live and learn, live and learn. That's the whole weekend. Not much going on. It's been a very quiet weekend so far, but it's been a very warm weekend. And I've gotten a lot of sunlight. Oh, and also, I can't get the levels on this video unit right at all. I keep on adjusting it. But I hope everybody's having a really nice weekend. I hope the weather's good where you are. It is absolutely terrific in upstate New York at this time. Of course, we'll have floods, tornadoes, you name it, anything that can go wrong with the weather. You know, the Gulf Stream will stall, and we will have a drought for 3 years, and we'll lose all our vegetation. You know, it's just, you know, what you would naturally expect. You know, but if none of that happens and the weather holds up, and we get enough precipitation to grow crops, we'll be doing okay. So not only do I hope it's a good weekend, I hope the next several hundred millennium hold up in terms of precipitation. There's no major disturbances. And if there are, I hope we address them. What else can you do? Alright, I don't really have anything to say. I'm not just going to babble on for 12 hours or whatever. Bye.
Now remember, this is only a blog. It's just my opinion, and it does not represent the opinions of anyone other than myself. It is my personal blog.